Good morning. These are your BYU-Idaho Radio morning headlines for Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. Thanks for listening. I'm Jill Clary. One elementary school teacher in West Haven is raising money to pay off school lunch debts through her dance moves and social media. Katie Jo Christensen has collected about $20,000 since January, which has helped pay off debts in 6 schools, and she's still going. Christensen, a special education teacher, says, quote, "I really thought we could maybe get $100, $200 every once in a while, and then that would be it. But yeah, $20,000 and it's not over yet," unquote. East Idaho News reports she found out about lunch debt a couple years ago and started to collect donations in small ways. When she started working at West Haven Elementary School last year, she found that they had about $4,000 in lunch debt and neighboring schools had outstanding balances too. Christensen says, quote, "I think a lot about my students. It's kind of emotional. I love my kids, watching kids come to school and maybe they're hungry or maybe they're distracted by their hunger, or that's like the only thing they're thinking about. It's a lot. They can't focus on anything else. And if their hunger isn't met or their basic needs aren't met, school doesn't stand a chance," unquote. Through her account, MRS Cactus Vibes, on TikTok, she started posting minute-long TikTok dances. She was able to monetize her account, educate people about the issue of lunch debt, and raise money from people around the world who want to help. She has over 47,000 followers and 1.5 million likes on her videos. To highlight her effort, West Haven City Council recognized Christensen with a Community Star Award. Christensen says, quote, "We don't see all the good that happens in the community, and when you see something like this come up, especially when it involves children and helping families, it's a wonderful thing," unquote. Her goal is for people to just understand the issue of lunch debt and step up to help. Idaho Falls Retro X is a Comic-Con style event celebrating pop culture and its various fandoms, and it's returning for its 3rd year at the Elks Lodge. East Idaho News reports that vendors from throughout the Intermountain West will be at 640 East Elva Street on June 20th and 21st from noon to 8 p.m., selling vintage and retro collectibles from the 1970s and beyond. There will be toys, comics, and video games from all eras. Star Wars, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Lego are just some of the franchises represented. Special guests this year include Dickie Beer, the actor and stuntman who portrayed Boba Fett in The Return of the Jedi. Also in attendance will be World Wrestling Federation legend The Honky Tonk Man, anime voice actor Ryan Bartley, and video game voice actor Sean Chiplock. Artist Alley is returning with a wide array of regional artists and crafters, selling original art and prints. There will be a food truck court and outdoor eating area for the first time. General admission is $15 per person. Kids 12 and under are free. Participants can get a $3 discount on tickets if they bring a canned food item for the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket. The USDA's plan to implement significant cutbacks in federal food assistance programs is likely to affect small rural food pantries the most, and many seniors in Parma are concerned. East Idaho News reports that Pam Garza, who runs the Parma Food Pantry, says she worries about what lies ahead, not knowing what will happen to the community if they have to cut back on the number of meals they provide. Garza says they have seen demand nearly double over the past few years for food boxes. Kivi in Boise spoke to some regulars who came to the Parma Senior Center not just for a meal, but for some laughs and fun. One visitor said, quote, "It supplements my income because I'm limited on my income. And so I don't have to buy the apples or the milk or the cottage cheese. That way I could save that money to pay my power bill," unquote. Angie Hensley, who assists Garza at the food pantry, explains that a lot of the pantry's food, such as the nuts, dried fruit, and canned protein, comes from the USDA. Hensley, however, worries that they will no longer receive similar items from the USDA following the federal cutbacks. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio morning headlines for May 27th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. Have a great day. This is BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm Jill Clary.